After being diagnosed with severe depression, she decided to leave this world in the most dignified way possible. So Layla rented a yacht and sailed into the open sea. Taking advantage of the quiet of the night, she jumped into the freezing ocean without hesitation. Ali, the captain's son, happened to witness the whole scene. At first he thought Layla was simply going for a swim, but when she failed to come back up for air, he immediately realized something was terribly wrong. Without a second thought, he dove into the sea to save her. At that moment, Layla had her eyes closed, quietly waiting for her life to end. But Ali's sudden appearance shattered her final resolve. The despair of nearly dying left her without the courage to try again. Yet the thought of continuing such a painful life made tears stream endlessly down her face. The campfire flickered beneath the night sky, casting its warm glow across the girl's sorrowful face. She looked as fragile as a rain-soaked lilac, enough to break anyone's heart. Ali wanted to comfort her, but he could not bring himself to meet her eyes. Overwhelmed by the emotions of surviving, Layla looked at the awkward young man who had saved her life. Acting on impulse, she made a reckless decision. That night's campfire burned brighter than ever, its warm light reflecting across the sea. For a brief moment, Layla and Ali forgot all about their troubles. When Ali woke up the next morning, the girl beside him was already gone. He stumbled onto the deck, only to see Layla disappearing into the distance on a speedboat. His father told him that Layla's father had come to take her home. They did not meet again until 8 months later. Layla's belly had grown large, as though she were carrying a heavy secret. She softly told Ali that the baby was theirs, but her depression had never gone away. She had neither the strength to marry Ali, nor the ability to raise the child. The exhaustion in her eyes told Ali everything she could not say.
Ладно. Я его воспитаю.
But becoming a single father was far harder than Ali had ever imagined. The handsome young man with kind eyes was soon worn down by life. Within just a few years his beard had grown unkempt. Fine lines covered the corners of his eyes, and every part of him showed the weight of hardship. Watching his son work at the restaurant during the day and care for the baby through the night, Ali's father was heartbroken. He urged him to let another family adopt the child. Ali's own mother had died giving birth to him. He knew better than anyone how difficult raising a child could be. But having grown up in a single-parent household, Ali longed deeply for the bond of family. This child shared his own blood, and no matter what happened, he refused to give him up. From that day on, Ali completely gave up on the idea of romance. He devoted every ounce of his time and energy to raising his son. He and his father made a living by running a floating seafood restaurant, but the baby's constant crying often annoyed the customers. To keep the business alive, Ali had no choice but to take his son to a small island every night. The campfire lit up the father and son silhouettes. Ali gently read bedtime stories aloud. He did it every single night for 7 years. The baby eventually grew into a little boy. But it seemed Layla's depression had left a mark in his genes. Effie was born with autism. He never spoke and never made eye contact with anyone. To keep Effie from wandering away or becoming overwhelmed, Ali gently tied their wrists together every night before bed with a soft strap. That thin little strap was both a fear of losing him and an unbreakable bond between father and son. If raising a child alone was already difficult, raising a child with autism was unimaginably harder. Even the sound of children playing nearby could overwhelm Effie so badly that he would collapse unconscious. Ali would immediately pick up his son and rush him to the hospital. The nurses skillfully placed an oxygen mask over Effie's face. During those 7 years, this scene had repeated itself countless times. Yet every single time, Ali felt the same unbearable pain. The doctor knew there was no real cure. All he could do was comfort Ali by saying everything would eventually get better.
Я и так стараюсь. Клянусь, я стараюсь. Но что бы я ни делал, он не смотрит на меня. Ни разу даже на секунду не взглянул, даже папой не зовет.
But comforting lies could not change reality. This strong man was already close to his breaking point. He no longer knew how much longer he could keep going. What Ali did not know was that every night after he fell asleep, Effie would quietly sit up. He would stare at a video on a phone of a rabbit playing the piano. Music was the only light that could reach his closed-off world. Making a living at sea was never easy. Every tourist who came to visit helped ease their financial struggles. One day a tourist's daughter noticed Effie repeatedly poking a pencil. Curious, she asked him what he was drawing. The boy, trapped inside his own world, said nothing. He simply continued the same mechanical motion over and over again. His unusual behavior caught the attention of the girl's father.
Слышишь? Ты не мой?
Seeing that Effie showed no response, the man immediately pulled his daughter away. Angrily, he called for his wife to come out of the cabin. He wanted to switch to another boat. Although Effie could not speak, his rapid breathing showed that he knew he had done something wrong again. Ali had just finished carrying the tourist's luggage ashore. when he overheard the man tell his wife that Ife was an idiot. He even said his daughter might catch it by staying on the same boat. Those words pierced Ali's heart like needles. No matter how many times the man apologized afterward, Ali's anger got the better of him, and he threw a punch. He could endure any hardship himself, but he could never tolerate anyone insulting his son like that. That incident became the final straw for Ali.
Эфе на меня. Эфе. Посмотри на меня хоть раз. Давай, сынок, посмотри, пожалуйста. Я слишком многого прошу.
Ali's voice was almost pleading, but Ife remained seated without moving. His son felt like a bottomless void, absorbing all of Ali's love and warmth, afraid that he would break down if he stayed any longer. Ali took a small boat alone to a deserted stretch of sea. There he no longer needed to pretend to be strong. For the first time, he allowed himself to cry without holding back. That night the police came because of the fight. While Ali was busy filling out paperwork, he failed to notice that Ife had quietly wandered away. The boy walked aimlessly through the streets, until he heard the sound of a piano coming from a bar. He stopped in his tracks. He walked inside and gently pressed his face against the piano, as though he had finally found a place where he belonged. His tiny hands softly kept time with the music. When the performance ended, the bar erupted in applause. Ali hurried over and covered Ife's ears, afraid the noise would overwhelm him again. Ali apologized to the pianist, saying his son had disturbed him. The pianist smiled and said it was fine. He even mentioned that Ife might have a natural gift for the piano. Ali never forgot those words. Early the next morning, he went straight to the music store. Instead of buying the ingredients he needed, he spent the money on an electronic keyboard. Although his father complained the entire time, Ali proudly placed the keyboard in front of his son. He encouraged Ife to play it, the same way he had tapped along to the music the night before. No matter how much Ali talked until his throat went dry, Ife continued poking at his pencil. Just when Ali thought he had failed once again, the boy finally reached out and pressed a key on the keyboard. It was only a single repeated note, but Ali was as excited as a child. It was the very first step Ife had taken out of his silent world, but an even greater surprise was still waiting. Late that night, Ali was awakened by the sound of music. When he realized it was his son playing the keyboard, his eyes instantly filled with tears. Earlier that day, Ife could only repeat a single note. Now he was already playing simple melodies. Ali pulled back the blanket and woke his sleeping father. He pointed silently toward Ife. The old man could hardly believe his eyes. Slowly he walked closer. When he saw the melody flowing from his grandson's fingertips, his long silent heart came alive once again. Families who have never faced such struggles could never truly understand this feeling. The overwhelming joy and emotion brought tears to both of their eyes. That night, the sea was unusually calm, as though it did not want to disturb such a beautiful